In today's video, I'll be obtaining, and using the new Kashimo unit, as well as Hakari's Extreme Boost. I also decided to lump Kenjaku into this video. He'll be at the very end, so if you don't care about him, you don't have to watch all the way till the end to get through the content you do want. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. It's been so bad. Oh, game, what are you doing to me? This update has been so bad to me. Please. Oh, I got glitched on Kashimo. There we go. I can't even be like super hype about it because of how bad some of these other things have been. I think so. Better on record. Oh. I don't even want anything. The Overlord. Oh. Hey, there we go. Crazy on it. Let's get Hakari evolved. Already rolled traits on him. Yep. This done. There's the boy. What's this cosmetic look like? Oh, if it had the... I guess why... honestly, one of the better cosmetics from older content. And then let's just extreme boost him immediately. I don't know anything about what this guy does. He's one of the ones I just didn't see anything about so far. Speed... Firm... you know what? We'll look at it in thing. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if that was pity or not. Oh. Finally. Oh, I thought I was desperate getting Yuta, but this was so... oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. When did I get one? I don't remember getting one. What? I must have missed it in the last recording. Oh my goodness. I'll have to look for that then. Let's roll his traits, evolve him. Or roll his stats first, and then we can evolve him. No, S- isn't good enough. It's gotta be minimum like S plus to even be like semi-decent. Maybe that's a bit greedy, but sometimes you gotta be. Come on. Okay, we'll take that. And I don't got the perfect stat cubes for this. There we go. I don't think he's an incredible unit, but I'd still like to have him with some decent stuff. Sure, let's use up all my gems here. Hey, perfect stat cubes. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Okay. Enough wasting time. Let's just go straight to trait rerolls. Ghetto. Wait, no, I was going to evo him first, and then we were going to do it. Why is it always the epic shards? Let me... Link. There we go. I should be good for a little... I'm wrong. I'm still tired. As I said, I haven't slept. So, wrong, but... God, why is it so much essence, man? There he is. You can see the... I can have this. I can have this. The fresh stench aura. No, I want the fit. Ghetto. Come on. Don't make me waste too many rolls on this now. Oh boy. Let me make sure I'm not... Okay. Right. Cool, cool, cool. If I actually skipped over a trait I wanted, I was gonna be very sad. Come on. Let me get through this so I can move on to other stuff. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yes. Yeah. Baller. Cool, cool, cool. With all the units obtained, evolved, rolled traits on, ready to take them into an infinite and show all of them off. So let's go straight into that. Okay. Now that we've got some money, let's look at his attack animations. I doubt they're any different than before, but I've never seen them because I never got this guy. But just that. Does he get he does get hybrid upgrade 3, so let's look at his new attack. Run, jumps forward and punches. Is that what it is? Or no, something happens. Oh no, it is just kind of a dash. What is it called? Green flash. Okay, okay. I'll get into his passives after I've done all the upgrades. He seems a little complex. Fortuitous rush. Ooh. I want to have fun making a thumbnail for this guy, or for this one. So he just runs through. Okay, cool, cool. Max stats, definitely not bad. Let's get into his passives. I'm not going to read this because you need to know the passives first for that to make sense. So for each takedown, gain a green ball. Green balls are used for Fortune Master's Pachinko game. Every time this unit plays the Pachinko game and fails to hit jackpot, gain plus 1% chance to hit jackpot pity. Once this chance hits 100%, the next use of Pachinko game will be a guaranteed jackpot. Immense luck. For every stock lost, gain 1 golden ball and immediately activate Pachinko game with a 50% chance to hit the jackpot. So for every life you lose, I just do that. I would pause, but I don't know. Who knows when I'm gonna hit the jackpot? I have no idea if there's even an animation for it or anything. Oh, I hit it. So no, there's no animation, but he buffs his stats like crazy. I don't think he's amazing. He's definitely better than, he's definitely not bad. He's a solid nature unit if you absolutely need one, and the extreme boost is easier than obtaining somebody else. I guess to be fair, if you get like Avatar Glorious, you're gonna have some pretty decent crit rate plus crit damage. I really wish one of his passives wasn't just for this. I wish he had a something else, like something that increased his crit chance over time. Maybe every crit he doesn't hit, he gains crit chance, something like that. Regardless, still a really neat unit. Also, after you, I realized I didn't read what Pachinko game does. It's upon activation, you use 1 ball with a 2% base chance to hit the jackpot. If the jackpot hits, gain for 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Really long time. Base crit rate of 37%. Oh, actually, he does increase his crit rate, so never mind. 577% crit damage, plus 15% range, minus 10% attack speed, plus 10% damage. Kinda wish those stats were bigger, since your chance of hitting the jackpot is gonna take a while. But regardless, after the buff ends, this ability goes on a 777 second cooldown. And he gets this ability on placement, as you can see over here. Considering he increases his crit chance and his crit damage goes to a super high level, I think he is really, really good. His animations are really solid. I imagine they didn't update any of these. I will say this attack pattern's kind of weird, but it makes him good for things like this. Why are the enemies so slow? I feel like that's a thing that happens on this map. Oh, and he's unsellable. Why is he unsellable? That's weird. Well, I guess to show off Kashimo, I put him down because Hakari does not hit, as I brought up, he doesn't hit airs until upgrade 3. He is a ground unit. Yuji has a similar problem. I didn't bring that up in his video because I honestly didn't realize that he does not hit it, that Yuji does not hit airs on plays. So Kashimo, I glitched gloriously. I'm very lucky with him. Let's turn that off because Kashimo's not in the range, so he doesn't do that. Pretty solid starting animation. We're gonna read his passives first because his ability is not super relevant. God of Thunder. Kashimo deals 2 times bolt damage instead of 1.2. So whatever it says here, ignore that. Just do double whatever this is for his bolt damage. For each time bolt is applied to the same enemy, increase bolt damage dealt by 15%, max of 45%. So it goes to like 2.45 times damage, which is crazy. Search for the strongest. When attacking the strongest enemy in range, inflict both bolt and plasma on every attack. From what I've discovered, if 2 enemies have like the same amount of health, he will apply plasma to all of the enemies that have that amount of health. Because I've seen him apply this to multiple enemies at once. For each hit on the same enemy, increases damage dealt by 10%, max 40%. So not only does he increase his bolt damage for every time he hits an enemy, but he also increases his own damage, which is absolutely bonkers. If Kashimo attacks enemy more than 10 times without killing it, stun the enemy for 5 seconds on every attack, 10-second cooldown per enemy. So lots of crazy damage, plus he has some support utility. I think Kashimo is probably being undersold right now just because of how good Yuta and Yujo are. But I don't think it's fair to say this guy's not good. This guy is really good. And you'll see that. What's the second animation? Ooh. You do anything over here? It's the lightning strike from the sky. Oh yeah, Nyoi Tempo. I probably am pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry. Watch it one last time. Yeah. I like the sound effect is simple, but I do like it. So, Lightning Beast Beam. What? That's so cool. Wow, okay. I don't think he gets a new attack. No. He keeps the beam the whole time. So the last thing to read, also, these stats are pretty bonkers. So yeah, he's doing like 500 million bolt damage. Obviously, in most cases, you're gonna have Wish Dragon power, so 600 million bolt damage. Plus, you'd have, let me move Idol over to him. We're just trying to avoid Hakari being a problem with this. I didn't expect Hakari to be unsellable. And then 357, so crazy amount of bolt damage. Especially considering, I don't know how many people have noticed they reworked Bolt, because I really don't think they mentioned it. It used to be like 140% damage, and it did the same thing as Electrify. But now, and this was a while ago, but it makes inflicted enemies receive 120% of this unit's damage over 5 seconds. Obviously, with Kashimo, it's going to be 2 times, which is a huge increase. And then if a unit with Bolt hits an enemy which is under the effect of Bolt, it instantly deals all of that Bolt damage and deals plus 50% bonus damage. So with the fact that he attacks so much faster than this ticks, obviously I know that's because I have these and decent stats here. But his DPS is really high. So let's get to his ability. Upon activation, gain for 60 seconds. I think this should be longer. I think it's probably manga accurate that he only can do this for a minute or something like that. But I think it should be longer considering what it does down here. But 100% crit chance. Amazing. Minus 50% SPA. Attack speed. Why do I say SPA? I gotta stop doing that. I know it's SPA, but I prefer attack speed because that makes more sense in my brain. half of this is bonkers. I will show the ability. After 60 seconds, Kashimo self-destructs, dealing 50 times his current damage, and applies Bolt based on this multiplier. Then he sells himself. This unit cannot be replaced for the next 60 seconds. So I don't think this has an animation, unfortunately, but we can see the stats. Yeah. So 100% crit rate, attacking that fast with Bolt, which is crazy, and then almost 100 range. And he's, as you can see, he is not max skill tree. He is barely skill treed at all. Same with Hakari. Obviously, you're going to get some better crit damage and crit chance on Hakari. So I do think Kashimo is extremely good. A very great early light unit. He's hybrid, has Bolt, has these great passives. Because he does high damage and has... Excuse me. I haven't been up super long, so we can watch him sell himself. I might put it on 2 times for that, because as we saw, there was no animation, no visual change for him. Let's put it on 2 times speed, so he doesn't have to wait as long for him to sell. And there he goes. Oh, he attacked one last time before he went. So now let's check Kenjaku. His pressure, decent placement damage, really high placement cost though. I'm not the biggest fan of this unit. I think clearly he has I think his nukes are where his value's at. I've used him a decent bit as well. Kind of trying to figure out what he's supposed to do outside of just be fodder for Yujo. So I haven't actually even looked at his attack. Hold on. What is it? Oh, is it like a spin kick? Hey, that's actually really cool. What? I think go hard on your animations. All right, whatever. Worm Assault. I don't... It's an interesting name for the attack. Okay. Whoa. I think go so hard on this guy's animations. Because I feel like they held out on some other units. I feel like Yuta's attack animations are kind of sad. Is the big one, actually. I know these are, like, not super high quality, but, I mean, that's still pretty cool. Keeps pressure throughout the whole thing. So, Uzumaki. So, he gains an ability and a new attack, which is a title of the same thing. So, Uzumaki. What? Let's watch it from this side. I know this is where the thing comes from, but we can... He does attack very slow in this state. That's so cool. So next upgrade, I'll read through his abilities once we get a max upgrade. So honestly, solid stats. I know this is pretty bad attack speed, all things considered. So let's read his He has one passive, as you can see. It's a goddamn Dokkan. This is like reading a Yokon? Wow. A Dokkan unit description. Spirit Summoning. For each enemy killed by this unit has a 20% chance to be revived as a spirit. Each revived spirit has a 25% chance to become one of the following summons. So, I'm not exactly sure how this works, because I either the wording here is bad, or the way this works is that every time he summons an enemy, he has a 1 in 4 chance for it to be, basically 1 in 4 chance for summon 1, 1 in 4 chance for summon 2, equaling 100%. So everything he summons is one of these. I think. I could be completely mistaken. But these are pretty good. So summon 1 deals 5 times this unit's current damage plus 5% of the enemy's max HP. On contact, stuns for 5 seconds and applies cripple. I guess the thing that confuses me is if this is on contact, what does this mean? wait, I do get it. Because they have way more health. So it's, okay, I understand now. Looking at these guys, they have way more health than they should. So you can tell which one is which. Summon 2 deals 10 times this unit's current damage, plus 5% of the enemy's max HP. On contact, forces enemies to walk backward for 5 seconds. So it takes, for the actual summon itself, it's just a multiplier of his damage plus a percentage of these enemies' health. That makes so much more sense when you're seeing it on enemies that don't have billions of health, where it's barely noticeable. Summon 3 deals 15 times this unit's current damage plus 10% of the enemy's max HP on contact, drains 10% of enemy's current HP cap, 100 billion HP drain. I don't know if that applies to all of these or just this one, because it's the only time where it's mentioned. Summon 4 deals 20 times this unit's current damage plus 15% of the enemy's max HP. On contact, applies bleed and hemorrhage. I'm assuming it's based off of its health, which means it can do a lot of damage. So those are great. I'm going to read Body Thief first because the other 2 abilities are related, and so it makes more sense to do them together. Body Thief, upon activation, select a unit on the map and take control of it. This unit replaces the selected unit, adding its current damage to Kenjaku, up to a maximum of 300 million. The overtaken unit's passives, status effects, abilities, attack speed, and range are completely overwritten with Kenjaku's, and that's where I have a problem with this ability. So first things first, I'm gonna put Sukuna down, and we're gonna use Body Thief. You can't overtake a godly unit. It does give this back to you though. So yeah, you can't use this on godly units. You wouldn't want to anyway, because effectively, all this does is give you 300 million more damage. And that's it. It does not provide any other use. Because it doesn't change, it doesn't even give you the other units' passives, it doesn't give you their status effects. Which doesn't make sense with how his Body Thief ability works. He gains their technique and all their memories and all that stuff. So he should gain something. I understand him not gaining everything. Like, I think honestly, it shouldn't have messed with his stats. He should have gained their status effects and 1 chosen passive. I think that would have made this a much better unit. But honestly, I would never use this. I will show it. Can I use it on Hakari? I can. So yeah. See, Hakari's gone now. It moves Kenjaku back here, and he now has okay, so I didn't max it out, but you can see it's plus 230 million damage, which will make all of his summons stronger, which is cool. I still don't think it's that great. Obviously you can buff his summons with Jinwoo as the leader. Nothing crazy there. Now for his 2 nukes. So Uzumaki, 500-second global cooldown, deals 10 billion damage multiplied by the number of summons currently on the map, up to a maximum of 500 billion damage. Pretty decent. Upon activation, all summons on the map are instantly deleted. The thing this doesn't mention is they don't have to be his summons. Any summons on the map. So if you have Jinwoo creating a bunch of summons, it will use those to make this stronger. I think you need 50 summons to max this out. I don't think it has an animation, but I'll use it. Yeah, no animation. So yeah, as you can see, all the summons of the map are gone, and it's used once. Uzumaki maximum. This is what makes Kenjaku so good. Upon activation, deal 50 billion damage multiplied by the number of summons currently on the map, cap of 50. So that is 50 billion times 50, 50 times 5, 250, add a 0. 2.5 trillion, I believe. I'll pull up a calculator because I don't know if I trust my math skills. 50 times 50 is 2,500. So yeah. This would be 2.5 trillion damage. On top of that, this is also multiplied by the number of times the Uzumaki ability has been used, to a cap of 5. So 2.5 trillion times 5. So 12.5 trillion maximum damage. All summons on the map are instantly destroyed. You kill the strongest enemy on the map and summon a massive unit with 1,000 times this unit's current damage. Is that actually any good? Hold on, wait. So it says kill strongest enemy on the map and summon a massive unit with 1,000 times this unit's current damage. Does that mean... Is that using the strongest enemy on the map's health and then multiplying by 1,000, or is that taking his damage? I'll get to a later wave and show this off, because I really do want to see that. Actually, I'll pause and we'll come back to it. Okay, I think it's been enough rounds. I can try this. I've used Uzumaki a few times. We're just gonna use maximum. No visual effect, but... Okay, so this is the summon. Which one is it? Is it? I don't know if it worked. It doesn't look like it. Neither of those would be it. 1,000 times this unit's current damage. Maybe I didn't do enough with it. I mean, I think the idea is understood here. I don't think showing this off is super important. It's a little bit of a niche use. Regardless, I do think he is pretty good. But I think for most people, he's just he's fodder for Yujo. Because once you make Yujo, you can't put him back down. All right, that's everything. So yeah, that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And if anything else you want to see me play, or any other things you want me to showcase on this game, leave them in the comments below. I will see you in the next video. Bye.